All right, so how's it going? I want to introduce Christian. He's going to talk today about numerology and the effect of numbers, a little bit on 2025, but really on just the influence of numbers in our lives, our personal numbers, and what they mean, and signs along the way that numbers may be showing us that big change is coming.
And that's how I see it when I share it, numerology, with people. They do guide us. For me, they're like high spirits. As humans, we live on planet Earth, and everyone has a date of birth. So this is when we came into this world. That number is, we call it the life path number. So it's a bit like a road map that we have, and that will guide us throughout our life for teachings that we need to learn. Also finding a purpose to our life.
Do you want to just give the formula for how you would come up with that? Because then people could figure out their life path number.
We start the day you were born. It is the first door we open when we get into this world. And after that, we can look at the month of the year and then the year. So we can look each of those numbers separately and then also add all of them together to give the life path number.
I want to talk about maybe the life path numbers and just a real quick overview.
So number one, people that their life path number will add up to number 10, 19, 28, or 37. So those people with number one, they are natural leaders. They like to also to be on their own, independent thinking. Their gift is that they can bring into the world something new. Can have innovation, start up a business that nobody thought about, but they have that drive to go, okay, I want to do it, when they take action. But not everyone is like that in number one, but that would be the roadmap to try something new, to create something. Pioneers often met people that have a number one, that they have a very strong voice, like powerful voice. For number twos, it's more like a quiet life path number. It's more introverted. Can be very good at mediators, conflict resolving, yes.
Hostage negotiators, maybe.
They are quiet people more often, and relationships will be very important. Like if number one, they like to have their own independence. Number two, they want to be in a relationship. They don't want to be alone.
Okay.
They're more romance and love will be very, very important for them. People with number three is usually someone who likes to be the center of attention. They like to part in a play, to do some acting, comedy. They make jokes. They're very extrovert and also very artistic. Could be singing. Many of them have a very, very beautiful voice. Could be a musician, but they have some youth in their energy. So when they get very old, they still look very young. At number four, well, they're the builders. They like to work with their hands to build. They could be good in very technical jobs and computers, but also as a builder, to build their own home, or it could be their career as a builder. They're very down to earth. They can enjoy also very much gardening. They're close to the earth. They like to go maybe camping, to be in the forest, in the wilderness. But they're very practical. So talking about spirituality might not be their thing. Number fives, they're the two big travelers of the numbers. It's 9 and also 5 are two numbers that They could, tomorrow get a ticket to go somewhere, not much preparation.
Like they're more spontaneous.
Oh, very much. They're the people that would say that they're the life of the party. Eh? They love parties. Very extrovert. The number fives.
If you want to have a good party, you want to invite somebody like a
Yes.
five then,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Start figuring out friends' birthdays are. I'm going to do their math. Thanks to you.
Yes, it's very
And I'm
interesting.
going to figure out who I can invite to the party and who I can invite to the church and who I can invite to all the other places I want to go.
But yeah, number fives, they have those skills about communication. So they like to be in the spotlight, to work in radios, TV. All those people we see on YouTube. Lots of fives there. And,
Okay. Yeah.
almost very much. And many singers. I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift. She's got a life path number 5.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen, all those kind of big names in music, they usually have that number.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's part of them, to be on a stage. And if someone's got this life path number and they're not out there, advertising themselves, well, they're missing the boat a bit, because that's the purpose of the number 5 is to be known. Or to be a leader in their community, in communication and traveling. There are people also that they're fun to talk with. They know lots of stuff, but not always in depth. A lot of humor and very fun people. Number 6, they're more quiet. So each number, they're very different from the previous one. So number 6 will have a more quiet personality, and they will be very family oriented, very caring, and also they like to take care of having some pets, pets at home, and looking after a dog, a cat, or a horse. They connect with animals very strongly. 6, they're similar like the 2s because they're peacemakers. They're good to bring balance, to hear both sides of conflicts. They're very diplomatic and also very artistic.
So would they get along with 2s who can negotiate then?
Yes.
Aha. Yes. So they could be a powerful team, 2s and 6s?
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the thing, is that in relationships, you could be either 2 personalities very similar, or you could be opposites also, right? Mm-hmm. So it depends how you want to, how things happens in life. Because if a 2 and a 6 are together, they'll be a very quiet couple,
Oh, yeah? Is that right? Because they'll be so internal?
Yes, and they love to be at home. So that's the thing too. Find balance also. But number 6 is they're very artistic. So in their hobbies, they love to do painting, drawings, or something artistic. Family is so important for them. In fact, for work, they'll love their work. If where they work, it feels like a family. Yes, yes, very much. If there's a strong sense of belonging, 6s will be very, very happy. If it's the opposite, it won't be good for their health to stay in that workplace. Then we get the number 7, and number 7 are very different from 6s because they are very in their minds. So 6 will be very in their heart, very sensitive. Mm-hmm. But number 7s, they're more mental, more into reading, very knowledgeable in their field. So there's like two sides. There's the ones that would be more on a science side, more scientific. They can enjoy working in laboratories, very a quiet place
Mm-hmm.
where they don't see many people. Uh, so this is one part of number seven, but also the other part would be more in the spirituality. So people that more are philosophers, they love to read books, and
Mm-hmm.
they love to go to libraries, buy books. They need to understand or to find a purpose in life. Sometimes they have a dreamy side also, which could go far and, like try to escape this world. So some number sevens, they can fall into drug habits and stuff like that because they don't feel very comfortable in being grounded in the world. They kind of search for a way to escape the world. From my experience, number sevens, for some people, it's finding God. Others could be finding a new way, a system, a belief system will bring them peace. There's a need for number sevens to have a quiet time on their own, to reflect on things. And often, number sevens, they can have some kind of very difficult crisis, personal crisis in their life that will draw them back, and they'll have to find some meaning or purpose or some kind of answers to why this happened to me. It's not an easy life path, number seven.
Unless maybe they're willingly spiritual or willingly open-minded or willingly right? Wouldn't it be the case?
It's like they have to have some space in their life for some inner work. Some of them, it would be very, very good for them, for their own mental health, to see a psychologist or a counselor, do some therapeutic work. That's very much number seven. Eights, very different. They're very much goal driven. So they want to achieve in life. They want to find their place in society and have wealth. They want to make money. They want to go in business. So they have different sides to their personality too, but they have willpower. So you don't want to get enemies with the eights, because they're tough.
Eights will brood forever?
Yes, they're like warriors. So if you want to start a fight with them, you better be prepared. They need to find like a death and rebirth in their life.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, it's like they never die. If they have that strong will, and lots of martial arts practitioners and boxers in boxing, they have a life path number 8, or I have seen they have the initials of their names is a number 8. It's like they're hard to put on the floor, really tough.
They're hard to knock down.
But they're determined, they are strong will. So if they set their mind to a goal, if it's to climb Mount Everest, they'll do it.
They'll do it. Would they be good coaches too, because they could help motivate others?
Very much, because they need that physical outlet. So to do some sports, very important for them. Also, there's also a part of them that even though they're driven and wants to succeed in the world, they do have a side of them that is introvert. So they don't talk lots. They're not like number 5s or number 3s. They have a kind of a secret side to them. They can be some people in careers have number 8s, and it's people that would be like in emergency situations, like
paramedics.
Yes.
Okay. Search and rescue.
Yes. Also, policemen or in the army. So, but anything that it's got to do with there's an emergency, they are very skillful in that. They've got that instinct, of bravery. Number nine as a life path number. Nine to travel, cultural aspects of traveling and learning about beliefs and spirituality in different cultures. So this is very number nine. But there's also other aspects of number nine, like music.
Okay.
Lots of great musicians have a number nine as a life path number. Music. Also, number nine, if we look at, we start with number one as a life path number, and number nine is not the last life path number, but it is like an accomplishment, like reaching the top
Next
of a
point.
mountain.
So you added my 3 and 31 together, and then you added the birth year as well, all the single digits, all of those numbers together, and then you broke them down. So mine was the 2 and the 7. You added to make 9. Yours
Exactly.
was 36. You added the 3, 6 to equal 9, right?
Nice.
So an employer could use numerology this way to understand how all of their
Yes,
employees would act in a department or in a room or
very much.
in
Very
company
much.
or in authoritative minority situations or things like that, I guess, couldn't they?
Oh yes, it would be a great tool in businesses, in recruitment. Very very interesting, and team building. These individuals got those skills, with his
Hmm.
number, like that number, and in other numbers of his personality. So let's give him this kind of type of projects. If he's more introvert, then something different.
Like the
Uh,
quiet work in the corner, like the detail work maybe or
yes.
something.
Yes, the
Hmm.
analysts. Number seven are great analysts.
So you
And
could even figure out what kind of career to go into, or you would at least be able to recognize if like, for instance, when I was young, I was really into music. Like I sang all the time. I used to write my own songs. I wasn't great at instruments. I don't know. I just didn't get too far with them in my early years. But later, it developed better. So I imagine, you get a sense of where your skills lie and when you're young, but obviously the numbers would support that, wouldn't it? I mean, a lot of times.
yes, for me, it was very important when I discovered, to reading about numerology, that about my own identity. Who am I? Number nine as a life path number. When I was 24 years old, 33 years old, 42 years old. So those are all numbers that adds
Add
up
up
to
to
number
6.
six.
Yes.
Those were very important years in my life.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And at 15 also, it was an important year.
That might be a good segue into 2025 because 2025 is a 9 year, isn't it? And
Yes.
a lot of people are talking about endings, right? Everything's collapsing.
Yes, exactly. So number nine, it's a time to think back of the previous years and see what did I learn in those last years, or what happened in my career, my love life, my family. Time to reflect and to see teachings, some things that you've learned about yourself. We can do it all individually, but also as a country, a bigger whole, of humanity. In 2026, it will be a year number one. So that means that's going to be a very important year.
Like really nice new beginnings, hopefully.
From my understanding, is that we need to, as a collectivity, to leave behind the old world or old ways of the systems.
All the old paradigms that are
Yes,
outdated, basically, right? That are draconian and uncivilized and barbaric, basically, in modern times. That aren't
exactly.
serving the people. That's how I see it. I see that if anything in the collective isn't serving the people, it's not gonna last. That's what I feel.
I feel that that this year until 2030, major changes will happen. Major, and it's not always going to be easy, but it will bring people together. Yes, yeah. Number one's a new chapter is something new, a new relationship, a new job, something fresh will be starting. Also, number one's a seed. You won't see the results right away. It will need time,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like a spark that comes into your mind, an idea, and but we will need time to nurture it, and then later on it will bring results. And
So, is there anything else you want to talk about, or do you have?
I think it covers pretty much. It's
Okay, good. Okay, so that's good to work with. People can do their life number. Okay. God, that's amazing.
yes.